Hello everyone, my name is Khalior. I bring to you every week the latest news related to Bloodhunt and everything that's around it, and I help explain the news in a way to better understand what is going on. For posterity, archival, and recording purposes, it is currently Saturday, July 15th, 2023. It is currently 11:34 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. It has been 445 days since the release of Bloodhunt, and currently activated in-game is the Primus Pass, and the current patch is the community update. Yes, I will continue to mention all of this just to be sure, in case for archival in the future. You never know. We're currently recording this live on Twitch. Every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time is the beginning of the stream. If you are live, feel free to ask me questions in the chat. Yes, hello YouTube, indeed Mokrei. And as a reminder and a disclosure, I am not a game dev. I am not bound by an NDA, but I will do the best to explain the news with some reasonable assumptions. Also, I don't work for Shark Mob. I still have to mention this a couple of times a week. But yes, I'm not a Shark Mob employee. I'm not Bloodhunt related. I just do the news, man. I'm just a streamer. So, again, this week, it's absolutely not surprising. It's a bit like last week. In terms of activity, in terms of pulse of people, it is, some people have been looking at, you know, some of the activity about Bloodhunt and have been saying like not a lot's been happening, but that's the same case about like pretty much everything that's happening in North America right now, at least as far as I can tell. People are enjoying summer. I always call it the summer slump. It's a moment where everyone's outside or doing other stuff or going on vacation, enjoying the outside world, which, you know, is a thing if you don't know. People don't necessarily want to just touch grass. They also want to touch sand and touch ocean water and things like that. So, you know, there are things happening, and it's normal that, you know, sometimes there's a bit of a breather. So if you're seeing that there's like viewership has been going down, like just to let you know, it always does that pretty much every year at this time of the year. So I'm not too worried about that. And as usual, in terms of like for Bloodhunt, we are still peaking at the same amount of players at about the same time every day of the week. Of course, you know, Monday being a little bit slower, but then, you know, we come to peak on Saturdays and Sundays as we usually do. Over 1,000 concurrent players playing at any point in time, at least on Steam. Of course, we don't know the numbers on PlayStation, but we know that there's still some good old people playing the Bloodhunt, so I am absolutely not worried about the state of things as of right now. Pulling any kind of conclusion right now about what's happening is, you know, you like I said, we've got like kind of a world circumstance that's happening currently, where you can't really gauge it. You can't really gauge the involvement of people for what it really truly is right now. That being said, we still got a lot of things happening with Bloodhunt. We got a big newsletter that happened this week. We're gonna go through all of this, and also a very, I'm gonna say like a very hot topic is going to be discussed today. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. All right. As usual, I'm going to be linking everything in chat. If you are listening on YouTube, all the links are in the description along with timestamps. So this week we're going to start with community votes. So the voting results of the week are here. So we see that we've got, of course, and as usual, I need to move my things. In terms of the selection for TDM maps, 49%, big huge number. Skybar, Red Light District, and the Abandoned Mall. Good. I was surprised to see that kind of result. Remember, this was the first time that Divine Disco was not in the selection. So yeah, very happy to see what people are are picking and choosing. At some point, maybe in the future, we'll start to get a clearer picture of exactly what people want. Right now, we more have a picture of what people sometimes want or sometimes don't want. I'm going to be talking about that in a second. Legendary weapons, we've got auto shotgun, toggler, pistol, and assault rifle with 44% of the votes. And in terms of artifacts, Hand of Glory and the boots, again, it's the John Cena of votes in terms of artifacts, but it is at 35%. We are near a split vote inside the community, though. So I decided I've been keeping track of all of these voting choices on my end, and I started to pull out a little bit of a kind of like a statistics analysis that I posted there. You maybe have seen it on the Bloodhunt Discord. I'm gonna just read it right here. So what I said was, because yeah, stats class has been like a long time. If there's anyone out there that is good with statistics or making graphs or, you know, analyzing data that kind of way, and you want to do it for Bloodhunt for free, just because you like the community, feel free to communicate with me. I've already got a grid with some stats that's already been like that I've been building on. So since the beginning of the voting of the community voting, like keep in mind, ever since we've got the votes out, okay, doesn't like I'm not counting anything before that. The winners for this week, Abandon Mall broke its 4 out of 4 losing streak because now it's been chosen, so it's very finally the losing streak is over. Congratulations, Abandon Mall. And the pistol finally broke its 5 out of 5 losing streak. Now we see the golden pistol in the game for this week. That's great to know. In terms of Mall, one of the best mats, absolutely. In terms of losers, it is the first time that the Silence SMG and Tommy Gun were not chosen, because every time that they were there in Legendary Weapons before that, in the 4 times that they were available, they were chosen all the time. So, you know, this is what I mean about like some choices from the community suddenly like starting to emerge from all the voting that we've been doing. So like Silence SMG and Tommy Gun, they were there, but people did not choose them. Is it because of the combos with the other guns? We're gonna see, but so far, they had a good winning streak. Now, in terms of the losers that still have not been picked from the community, we've got the burst rifle, which is 4 times that it's been there and 4 times it has not been selected. The pump shotgun and the 9-barrel, it is their 5th time that they're available and not picked. And the revolver, which I was extremely surprised to actually put that out there. It is the 6th time that the Golden Revo has been put out there and has not been chosen by the community. I would have expected in a BR game to have the Golden Revolver be like one of the most prized legendary weapons to be picked, but apparently the combo choices, it's the combo of choices that win overall. So I'm very, very surprised. And of course, you know, the Nada's volume, aka the book, in terms of artifacts, has never been chosen so far. And yes, in case you want to keep track of it, the win rate of the boots and hand combo, name a more iconic duo. The percentage has been 37%, 37%, 41%, then 38%, 39%, and 35%. 35% is now the lowest that it's ever been. The 41% time, funny enough, is the week that Tobias announced to the community midweek that the hand was not in the chosen, in the choices. So maybe the 41%, where it spiked as high as possible, was probably motivated by Tobias. I don't know if he's in chat or if he's watching this, but yeah, it's all your fault. But but yeah, I thought interesting stats. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna continue to report some of those in the future. If there's any other interesting stuff, Like I said, this is just me like pulling stats out of my grid, out of my ass. We're gonna see what's gonna be happening with that. So in terms of the voting choices for of that we have this week, we've got, of course, the usual combos for the artifacts. In terms of the maps, we've got again a good selection. There's no repeats anywhere there. Again, could go either way in terms of selection, although Divine Disco is now returning. So is the community going to choose the option with Divine Disco again? Or maybe they want some other maps. Maybe they want to try the Red Light District or the Rooftop Restaurant or the Burning Church. Red Light and Burning Church seems to be like a very good choice, I would say personally. I don't know. And in terms of legendary weapons, again, a huge spread. Really cannot tell what is going to be the chosen winners. However, I would say, in terms of the Kindred Challenge that is activated since a few hours ago right now, that's going to be happening through this week, I am going to point out that in option 2, you've got the Silenced SMG. And in option 3, you've got the LMG that's there. Just putting it out there. Just putting it out there for the people that are concerned. I will explain. I will explain in a moment. And yeah, sadly, there was no new artifact this week. I say that because last week, as if you remember, last Saturday, there was a tease of something, and people were speculating exactly what that could be. And a lot of people were saying it's probably a new artifact. And I speculated maybe we're going to see the new artifact being teased in the voting choices, and no. But now we know what it is. Going to talk about that in a moment. So yeah, make sure that you've got your that this weekend you've gone in the game and you make sure that you've locked in your choices for the votes. Even if you're listening to me right now, load up the game. You're looking at me. Everyone's got 2 monitors. Load up the game right now and go make sure that your voting choices are locked in. I went there today just before starting the show. I need to check something, and I realized that one of my the choice for TDM maps was not locked in for me, so I had to go like through it and go check again. But yeah, on Monday we are very likely, I would say, to see some changes in the new voting option. So I'm gonna be excited about that, but we're gonna talk about that in a few moments. Before that, need to, of course, talk about the current Twitch drops of the week. If you're watching this stream currently, if you don't already have it, you're working on getting it. The Twitch drop of the week is the Angle of Attack tattoo. That is available from the top 100 streamers of Bloodhunt, and of course we still have for the rest of the month of July, we've got the persistent drops of the Sakura Spectre mask, the Scarlet Centipede tattoo, and the Kill Time male only outfit. Yeah, and the Angle of Attack tattoo, just to be a little bit more specific about it, because it's not very clear on the picture or in the thumbnail in game. Let me just show you here. So what we've got is a tattoo, yes, that is on the arm here on the outside, and in the inside of the arm there is also a little bit here. There's no like other places on the body where there's any signs of other tattoos appear. It's just on the left arm of the character, on the outside and the inside. That's it. That's what we got. That's the drop of the week. There isn't anything on my character's booty. No, that is not the correct angle of attack, Mokrei. Not the booty. Hashtag not the booty. And if you want to know what's going to be happening with the summer drops, there you go on the Bloodhunt webpage. For the Twitch drops, of course, follow these steps to make sure before you claim the items that you make sure that your Bloodhunt account and your Twitch and your either Steam or PlayStation account are all linked together before you claim your drops. What we had for the week was the Nosferatu male-only Skullburst outfit. The angle of attack is what we have this week. And on Friday, we're gonna get the Unholy Smokes legendary mask, which I'm very anxious to see how it goes in game, how it mixes and matches with a lot of the other outfits that we currently have. So yeah, if you want to know how all of this works, oh wait, no, actually, forget this part. We got a little bit of a news, like just going to be a little preview of the news. Right now, these drops are usually from the top 100 streamers of Bloodhunt. This week, the angle of attack is going to be the last one of them that's going to be from the top 100 streamers. The next ones of this series, so the ones that you're currently seeing there, the Unholy Smokes mask, the White Death mask, the Gerard outfit, the Snake Root tattoo, and the Geo Ankh tattoo, and probably the repeat of all of these items that is usually going to be following after this, probably for a week or two. These are all going to be available from every Bloodhunt streamer, probably because the guys at the Bloodhunt office are currently all taking their vacations, and they don't necessarily want to go through the hassle of making the list every week, or maybe the person that's responsible for making the lists isn't going to be there, isn't going to be reliable, so they just decided, you know what? Maybe it's viewership. Maybe it's like we need more people to stream Bloodhunt. Who knows exactly what's the reason? We haven't been given one. The thing that we know, though, is that all of these drops that usually would be top 100 are now going to be available from every Bloodhunt streamer. So there you go. If you aren't already streaming Bloodhunt, make sure that whenever you do, make sure that you've got drops enabled in your streaming settings on Twitch, and you're going to be able to distribute those to your viewers. But starting only next week with the Unholy Smokes mask. Now, just gonna do a little bit of a reminder for if there's any people that were slow on the news, haven't been, or just like catching up on the news. Remember that last week we got the Hug Plushie emote that we got for free from Bloodhunt. All you got to do is redeem the code CUTESHARKPLUSHIE. I put there in chat. It's in all caps, no spaces. You got to go inside your account on the Bloodhunt website, log in, scroll down. There's a button that says redeem code. You click on that, and on the next page, you put that code in, and it should be available to you in game. If you already got your game loaded up, you might want to restart it so that the items show up inside your inbox. Also, if you don't already know, I maintain a list, which is currently posted in chat, where you've got basically all the lists of all the Twitch drops that have been available, that are currently available, and also in the future. But also you've got some tabs, and one of these tabs is the obtainable tab, and in that you can see all the other kind of codes that are not Twitch drops, where you can get some things that are still available. And in there you've got all the codes that you can put in for free that are universal codes that everyone can use, and you can get some cool stuff inside your account. Go check it out. The link is right there in chat. It's cute. Everyone loves it. Everyone loves the shark plushie. It's fantastic. On to Kindred Challenges. I'm going to go through this like very quickly, but we've got the winners of the Bloodsport Kindred Challenge, which was the one where you had to get a certain amount of kills in team deathmatch mode while playing a Bruja or a Scholar, basically. Bruja or Tremere. So we've got the winners here, Fertile Hippo, SBS Blackbeard, and Phantom Game. I had announced 2 prize winners, but I got so many submissions that I had to add an extra winner. Let me just, like, I always, whenever I post those here, I post the winners, I also post a few learnings in the next following tweets, so I'm just gonna mention those. I was afraid maybe this challenge wouldn't be popular at all, or that I wouldn't get high score matches. That's pretty funny, because look at those results here. Number of people that got in. The top number of, like, to get 3 entries, the top number of kills that you needed to get in one match was 16. Okay? I was worried, maybe it's too high. I don't think there's a lot of people who are gonna participate. Look at this list, first of all. Second, 18, 21, 25, 18, 16, 19, 16, 14, 20, 18, 19, 12, 21. I think I made it too easy. But then again, that's good. That's the amount of people that participated or that actually submitted things. Actually, since this was the bar I thought was going to be like still obtainable for at least getting 1 entry in, I thought I actually was going to get like more people, but this is the amount of people I got, but still, that's a lot of entries. And as you can see, like, there's people that submit like multiple entries once in a while. There's even a person that submitted an entry that was in solo mode, not in TDM. Read the rules, people. Yeah, and I say Brute and Vandal really dominating the player choices, with Vandals getting a bit more kills than Brute, probably because Vandal is a little bit more on the attack than Brute, because you've got the Brute wall, a little bit more protection from it, so not as offensive as the Vandal can be. And yeah, all 3 winners, it was a toss-up. The choice I gave people the choice. Do you want a Techno Demon Mask or do you want a Fuchsia Finish makeup? All of them chose the Techno Demon Mask, which means there's gonna be, like, I've got codes for Fuchsia Finish that I haven't used, that I haven't planned to use. So maybe there's going to be giveaway with just makeups only in the future, which is a little bit complex because people seem to be wanting only the Techno Demon Mask. So I don't know. At some point there's going to be... I know there's people that want the Fuchsia Finish makeup, but I guess mask goes before the makeup? I don't know. I'm going to have to think about that on how to give the makeups to people, but... That's going to be an interesting... Wait, we have to read? Yes, absolutely. You need to read. I know, that's surprising. So, today, just today, a few hours ago, the Kindred Challenge of the Week, which was Vampire Hunter, has closed. I will be going through the results a little bit later today, if there's nothing stopping me. These are for this one, it was the crossbow only in solos challenge, and from the looks of it, I don't have that many entries. I saw from some reactions of people going like, I'll give it a go, see, it's probably going to be easy, and then coming back going, wait a second, this isn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. And apparently Motion Gaming spent quite a few hours on stream yesterday trying to get those things done, which is interesting to me. The rewards for this are bundles of Techno Demon and Fuchsia Finish makeup, all bundled together. So yeah, I tried to switch the prizes. Also, Tobias, with the codes that he gives me, tries to switch the prizes. I decide to do whatever I want with them. But there you go. It's gonna be later today. Make sure that if you submitted for any of the challenges, when the challenges are over, when the entries are closed, make sure you always keep an eye on your Discord DMs, because I will be contacting you. And if I don't get any answer within 24 hours of me sending you a DM, I'm gonna choose someone else. So far, it hasn't happened yet, but some people have been cutting it close once in a while. Also, might be because sometimes I'm a little bit late on trying to do follow-ups because things happen. A lot of things happen. And the challenge for this week, which has been announced not too long ago. Oh, that was the teaser I made on Friday. I don't think that anyone got the reference that I was trying to make, even though I thought it was like pretty obvious what I was going for. but you know, on Fridays I always give out a little teaser of what's going to be announced the next day in terms of the challenge, so maybe that can get you a little bit interested. But yes, this week is this week is the machine gun killers, because that was the picture that was there was of machine gun killer. Anyways, so yeah, the incentive here is win trios match with every member using only machine guns, and if you do it with the same team a second time and a third time, that gets your whole team more entries, more chances to win. And I have 6 Techno Demon Mask codes, so basically I'm going to be picking 2 teams, 2 trios teams that managed to qualify out of the pool of people that qualify. Gonna pick 2 trios teams, and they're all gonna get 1 Techno Demon Mask each, which means if you're doing math right, 2 teams of trios means 6 Techno Demon Masks. Now, as usual, and as I've done with the Bloodsport challenge, if I get more entries, I'm gonna throw in an extra set of codes there. I'm gonna pick up another team to give out. So there might be next weekend I might be giving out 9 Techno Demon Masks. So if you want to give a shot at trios, go do it. It's only machine guns. Now, if you look at the link here inside the form, where I tell you everything that you need to know, here, only machine guns is defined as the LMG, the Silence SMG, and the Duels SMG. And you can have any combination of these weapons inside your inventory. You cannot use melee weapons, and that includes fists. And you can use all your archetypes abilities. Just take the time to read through the instructions here. And you've got like the spaces to link your 3 matches if ever you manage to get 3 matches in with the same team. There is still the rule here about if ever you manage to do it with one team, or your team changes and you want to get it done with other trios teams and you want to do basically a carry, you're allowed to do that. But if ever you win and you win on multiple teams, you only get 1 code. And if ever you win on multiple teams, if there's a situation like this, then the second code that you would be winning is just going to be given at random between all the participants that have joined in. So, because I want to make sure that those codes are not, like, I'm not hoarding those codes, I'm going to be giving them out. And the best way to do that is just to go, okay, from all the people that have qualified, just pick a winner. That's happened once already in the past, so I'm going to continue to do that. But yeah, there you go. Trios this week. So if you like trios, or if you want to give a shot at trios, the objective to get it done with the machine guns only should be fairly simple. Give it a go. If you've never done this, give it a go. Now, in terms of giving away things and giving away codes, well, Leon did it again this week. Leon did it again before he went on vacation. He put 2 codes for Fuchsia Finish and 2 codes for Techno Demon. That is in the Bloodhunt Discord, in the Bloodhunt chat, where they usually post those. And it's, of course, as usual, first come, first serve. However, I want to make this clear, people. If you're not paying attention to Bloodhunt chat, 2 hours had passed since Leon posted those, and someone has managed to claim, I believe, this Techno Demon code. No one had claimed it for about 2 hours. So, shoot your shot, give it a shot. If you don't have any of those, still try to put those codes in if you can. Yeah, it seems that, either people aren't paying attention to Bloodhunt chat, or people are just go like, people already claimed them. There's some people that are actually nice and say like, hey, I've claimed... There's some people that went like, I've claimed the bottom Fuchsia Finish. Or some people said like, I've claimed the bottom Techno Demon. Like, they've said that. So try the other ones. or at least if ever if ever you're gonna win one of those, at least let people know that you've done so. But yeah, don't give up. Don't give up. If you're not a part of the Bloodhunt Discord, there you go. But it's first come, first serve. Now, the other thing, if you don't already know, I'm just gonna repeat it for everyone because it's still ongoing. It is still ongoing. Meriden's first community quest, Aerosol Prophecy, which is a quest where you have to read a story and then find six pieces of street art inside of Prague, and then link them. And the first 25 people to get 100% will get this rare icon and banner, which are not available anywhere else. They were not available before. But if you manage to complete it, you're going to get those. I've talked about that in the past. It's very interesting. You don't need to know lore in order to be able to complete this. You need to know basic knowledge about the geography of Bloodhunt. You need to have a pair of eyes and just read everything carefully and try to pick up the clues that Meriden puts inside the quest and the clues section of his form. Now, not this one, this one. So this is what it kind of looks like. It's a Google form, and you go forward as you submit a screenshot every time. So this is like the first part where you've got a message here, you've got a clue. And you need to figure out, there are context clues that tell you exactly where or in what area of the map of Prague you need to go search for whatever you're searching for, and then you need to figure out what you're looking for. And then you take a screenshot and then you post it over here. Inside the tweet here, there are two links. Here's the first one, the Google Doc here explains all the rules. And the one below here, the tweet below, you've got the form where you've got the activity itself. Now, there has been an update from Meriden that he posted on Twitter. I'm gonna link it here. I asked him about it on Discord yesterday, and apparently nothing had changed. It's still the same thing. He said, as of now, there are 9 completions of the quest, 6 of whom found the proper answers. After this weekend, I'll send out codes to the winners and allow the others to redo it if there are codes left over. Meaning, if you've already submitted, like if you're part of the 9 people that submitted, but you didn't get your code from Meriden, you're gonna have a chance to redo it again. Now, keep in mind, it's not a thing that you can just do over and over and over, like submit over and over again until you get it right. Meriden is very antsy about that. If you are going to submit, make sure you give it your best shot. When you find the things, it's pretty clear exactly what you're looking for. I've play tested it, like I've done through all the things. So people seem to be stuck on the first quest and on the last quest. And on total, there are 6 quests, 6 items, 6 screenshots that you need to submit. Some of them are more easy than others. Sometimes there are multiple possible answers. I believe number 3 is something that you need to find, and I can think of like 3 or 4 different locations where something of what he's requiring can be found, and they're all valid answers. Even Meriden apparently has discovered some new things that he didn't even know when people have been submitting, and he's been given the green light to some of the answers that people have been submitting. So, there is a lot of leeway, but in certain things, in certain circumstances, he's telling you in the clues exactly what the region he's expecting you to be in to go take the screenshot that he's wanting. So, yeah, most people seem to be stuck on the first and the last one of the last one is meant to be a little bit more difficult than the others, and that's good. That was the one that stomped me myself, and I can totally tell you again, 100%, that thing is in the game. The moment that you see it, you absolutely will go, yes, that's absolutely what I'm looking for. If you're not sure about your answer, it's good. Like, I'm gonna tell you, whenever you're gonna see it, it's gonna be pretty self-explanatory. Now, I don't know exactly what Meriden plans to do whenever this whole thing is going to be over, but I personally will want to make a stream to show you and explain to you exactly every step of his quest, and to explain the reasoning, and I'm going to show you all the answers. But once everything is done, personally, I want to go through this because yeah, it's fun. I think it was very fun, and you need to also have a visual representation of where you're gonna find things, so it's best if I do this on stream and show you exactly where to go. Now, also, if you were in the Bloodhunt Secrets channel this week, you might have picked up that I've let it slip, that I've been working on my own riddle themed event. That's been like a secret project of mine that I've been like thinking about doing since like January, but I never got to the point of like it's the perfect time or perfect timing for me to do it, and I'm gonna start working on it now. There's not much that I can reveal right now, but I'm gonna be working on it soon, and I'll take a few people to play test it, but I thought that it was going to be particularly hard to do, but we're gonna see. Anyways, so that's still happening. Still, he was saying the 25 first completions, and right now there's only 6 that managed to get it right. Get onto it, people. These are rare. No one has them. If you manage to get them, to get the icon and banner, it's a rare thing. You should give it a shot. Like I said, you don't need to know anything about lore in order to complete this. Now, there is a section inside the instruction where there is a bonus section. If ever you're someone that is super knowledgeable about Bloodhunt and about Vampire the Masquerade as a whole, as an IP, and you know other stuff, then there's a bonus section where basically he says, so in all of the quest text that I've shown you throughout all this, I inserted a bunch of little references to other stuff, to other games, to other books, and things inside the lore of Vampire the Masquerade. If you pick all of those up and you submit all of those references to me, the person that got the most references is going to get a Techno Demon Mask and a Vapor Trail outfit code. So if you are a fan of lore in VTM, give it a shot. Honestly, like really give it a shot. I know that there's some people that aren't in Bloodhunt, are interested in Bloodhunt because of the whole battle royale, and they're just here for the lore or for the interesting aspect of how this plays out in VTM. There you go. There's your opportunity. There's your time to shine. Go get it. Okay. That being said, let's move on. Last weekend, there was LauraK's Duos tournament that happened. And managed to raise $500. Do I have the screenshot here? Yes, I do have. So it was for Covenant House. Managed to raise $501. Laura has shared that managed to reach. Originally, the goal was $250, and managed to reach 2 of her stretch goals throughout this event. So, as far as she's concerned, this was a great success. Here is the link for this donation page that was there if you want to see it for yourself, or if I want to just link it there. And also, it was fun. I participated in this event. All right, that's the one I wanted to share. So there's the screenshot in here that she took in game of all the people that were participating, were there, or the other people that weren't in the server with us when we took the picture. I was a part of that. In terms of results, where you only see the names of the teams here, which some of the team names were like super hilarious. Want to give a shout out to 7-Eleven Blood Slushies and Garlic My Balls. Creative names, but the the one that came up top, the number 1 team, Melee OP, which was a team of community members, pros of Bloodhunt, Nevi and Dub Freak. Of course, without necessarily nerfing themselves too much by playing melee only, still managed to get at the top of the tournament. And at the end, hold on, I'm not sure if I can read it correctly here. Laura said, in a super sweet turn of events, our winners have opted to donate their prize to second place. To quote them, if it won't be disrespectful to you or the participants, that you should give our prizes to second place. We only joined this tourney for fun, as we are veterans of the game. We didn't want any prizes, just fun and to support your act. So Zen's minions, which is fun because there's Laura's friends. They are the official winners, and they got the prizes that were available for this at the time. So yeah, in terms of like what kind of feedback that I got from this was a huge event for Laura. This was a huge success. I don't know if playing six matches only was maybe like could have gone a little bit longer, but throughout the chaos, this tournament managed to still happen, and yeah, at least managed to reach the goals, the stretch goals and everything. So thank you everyone if you watched the event. I know a lot of you were in my stream, surprisingly, when that happened. I wasn't expecting that, but there you go. And thank you for all the people inside the community that donated to this charity tournament. Very, 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 very much appreciated. Now, we are getting to the big meat and potatoes of the week, which is the announcement of the Bloodhunt community newsletter number 2. So as they're saying, hello Kindred, get fresh news on your favorite vampire battle royale through our second newsletter. In it, we show what the past weekend's teaser was about, community news, and thrilling time releases. Sink your teeth into all in the link below. So, link below, as we usually do. We read through every article, every word that has been posted, because I know a lot of you skim through the articles. So, prepare yourself, make sure you're sitting down correctly, and we're gonna go through everything that is written here. So, hello Kindred, and welcome to our second newsletter. This edition focuses on the timed content releases and what you can expect from Bloodhunt this summer, including events, Twitch drops, and more. We will also share some details about the planned intense Trios tournament and other community efforts. Let's first dig into the things that will be coming your way at the end of July. So, keep in mind some of those things I've already talked about, some of the things I will mention a little bit later after I'm done through the newsletter. So, new time content is coming. Our time content releases continue, and on Monday, July 24th, we will add 21 vanity items from the past to the in-game store. Plus, a new artifact, a new weapon, a new gold weapon, as well as a new TDM map. Let's go through everything. Now, as of today, July 24th is in about like a week in a couple of days. So, we've got time to prepare, but I think that there's a reason why we're getting this right now. I'll share that with you a little bit later. Store editions. Once again, we have more vanity from past battle passes being added to the in-game store that you can purchase with in-game tokens. This time we have 5 outfits, 3 tattoos, 2 eyewear, 2 masks, 2 piercings, 2 emote, and 4 makeups being added, as well as a partridge in a pear tree. Now, for the store items, as usual, we've got, I might have been lying about the partridge. The store items that have been listed there, of course, we've got Bloodhunt Fashion, aka Celine, that posted a nice little infographic about all the things that are in here and a little bit of details of which battle passes they were a part of. So we've got the nice anaerobic here outfit that's perfect for summer, and the elusive heart as well. We've got some, so here you go. You've got some items that have been requested, some of them that are a little bit of surprise for me. And as usual, she will be keeping an eye out for any kind of extra items that has so far whenever we've been doing those store updates, there's usually 1 or 2 items that slip by the those notes, and we're gonna have to find about them live. So there you go, nice little infographic. As usual, we appreciate Bloodhunt Fashion and what she does. Now, this is the whole list that's posted there. In addition to above mentioned store item additions, we also have some more things coming your way. To start with, we'll explain what the new artifact does. New artifact, Eye of Thorns. So this was the mysterious thing that was teased last Saturday. So it is a new artifact, and it seems to be of a purple, so epic variety instead of being legendary. Introducing the mystical Eye of Thorns, an awe-inspiring artifact set to make an impact in Bloodhunt. Its enigmatic power grants you an advantage intertwined with a perilous side effect. As you carry this relic, you shall inflict unparalleled damage upon your foes. However, be forewarned, for every blow you deliver shall be met with reciprocating force, leaving you vulnerable to increased damage from all fronts. Brace yourself for an exhilarating dance between power and peril as the Eye of Thorns beckons you into an extraordinary battle for supremacy. Now let's read this again. You shall inflict unparalleled damage upon your foes, but for every blow you deliver shall be met with reciprocating force, leaving you vulnerable to increased damage from all fronts. Now, there's a few things. First, increased damage. Okay, increased damage. You are vulnerable to increased damage. So you increase damage on others, but you also take increased damage. The thing that I'm not too sure about, and that we're gonna have to see it live, is what exactly it means. For every blow you shall deliver, shall be met with reciprocating force. Does that mean that there is a stack that is going to be gradually be dealt? Is there going to be an increasing buff to you for your damage and increasing debuff to you in the more damage that you're going to be taking next time that you're going to take damage? We'll have to see that in store. We'll have to see that when it's actually in game. The thing that we can tell for sure is that you do increased damage, you take increased damage. That is for sure. Now, also want to mention the little thing that maybe people haven't seen here, and that a lot of people are going to see live, is that you take increased damage from all fronts. So anything that can give you damage, it's going to be increased. So the Saboteur Bomb, you get in the gas is going to be increasingly giving you damage. It's going to be increased damage from the bomb. It's going to be increased damage from the crossbow gas. Like everything from all fronts is a key part in there. So anything that can give you damage. Think about that. Think about all that means. But again, the whole thing of for every blow shall be met with reciprocating force. That part of the sentence, we're gonna have to see it live to see exactly what that means. But there you go. So, hey, new artifact, finally. Maybe we're gonna see, and the artifact changes. In the artifact choices, the votes, we're gonna see, is that going to change? Is that going to actually break the hold that the combo of boots and hand has had on the community voting for 6 times in a row? Is that going to change? We're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see it in game. So, yeah. New weapon, grenade launcher. Prepare to wield the awe-inspiring might of the grenade launcher, an elusive and formidable weapon of gold rarity. So only gold. You will rarely find it in the vibrant streets of Prague, but when you do, you will discover a weapon that is a treasure beyond comparison, not entirely unlike its cousin, the minigun. Okay, so keep that in mind, that is very important, okay? With the grenade launcher, you are granted the power to unleash destruction upon thunderous blasts as its explosive projectiles soar through the air, detonating upon impact. So, projectile kind of weapon, explodes. Not unlike the dual crossbows. With an area of effect blast radius, this weapon sends shivers down your spine and is a force to be reckoned with indeed. Its capacity to wreak havoc upon one or many targets within its fiery grasp makes it deadly on many accounts. So, AoE damage, splash damage, fire, again, not unlike the dual crossbows. Brace yourself for the symphony of chaos and devastation as the grenade launcher becomes your ticket to unleashing explosive power upon the unsuspecting rooftops around you. Be wary though, and this is the important part, as there are only a total of 8 rounds to fire, which cannot be replenished outside of finding a second weapon of the same kind. Note, this weapon will be rotating alongside the minigun starting July 24th. So remember, like it said, it's not unlike its cousin, the minigun. Remember how the minigun is very rare to find. And the minigun, once you manage to go through its entire clip of bullets, there's no way to replenish it. You have to drop the minigun. That's it. It's completely useless. It's going to be doing the same thing here for the grenade launcher. So probably the same kind of... like, it's going to be sharing exactly the same kind of loot, the loot space of the minigun, basically. So the rarity of it, whenever you're going to find it, you cannot replenish it. You're going to have to be very careful into managing your 8 shots that you've got in there. Wait, is it Istinto yesterday in a stream that was mentioning Scholar flying in the air, dropping the grenades from the grenade launcher? This might be actually incredibly devastating, almost as devastating as taking a full face of a minigun. Basically, it's unfortunate when that happens, but it is a legendary weapon of incredible force and power. So there you go. I am wondering what happens when you manage to get a deflect with the katana on this. This is gonna be fun. I think if we can manage to see someone do that, I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. One thing to note, however, as I've mentioned when I was discussing this with some people this week, since the announcement, I should say, is also we do not know what the fire rate of this grenade launcher is going to be. Is it going to be immediate? Is it going to be taking, like, do you need a cranking time to get to the next to get to the next grenade, or is it going to be instant pew 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 pew, and there you go, you've got your 8 done in 8 seconds. We're gonna have to see. So there's still some questions about exactly how this operates, but I think everyone that's played an FPS knows the general idea of a grenade launcher. And like I said, you've got the idea of how the dual crossbows work, right, everyone? So a more devastating dual crossbow basically is what we got with this. So yeah, we're gonna see what happens with this. New gold weapon, dual pistols at long last. We've been talking about this many months in the past. The gold dual pistols were able to be found inside the tutorial, in the old version of the tutorial, and we were wondering when they were actually going to make their appearance in the game, and finally, the time will come. The gold variation of the dual pistols is coming to Prague. Just like the other golden counterparts, they come with a slew of almost supernatural advantages. With increased ammunition capacity, this golden shimmering duo will make it feel like it's raining bullets endlessly upon the unsuspecting foes that are unfortunate to step within their path. Furthermore, this slick design allows for faster weapon movement, which grants you lightning quick reload times and aiming. Note these will be available in game on Monday, the 24th of July. Now, suspect that the dual pistols are going to be a part of the legendary weapon rotation. Yes, Mokrei's babies, and I've heard there's also a few other people that are partial to the the golden dualies. So there's gonna be a lot of pep happening. New TDM map library. I was wondering when that one was gonna happen because this is gonna be chaos. Prepare. New TDM map library. Prepare for an adrenaline-fueled showdown as the highly anticipated new TDM location, the library, emerges on that same Monday. Transport yourself to the southwest of Old Prague, where the courtyards and streets surrounding the majestic library become your battleground. With rooftops lining the edges, the stage is set for an exhilarating dance of strategy and skill. Ascend to the higher ground and seize the advantage, for there lie countless opportunities to rain chaos upon your foes. But beware, as the ground level conceals treacherous perils for those who roam aimlessly. Brace yourself for pounce-pounding encounters on multiple levels, as this legendary map promises to deliver a timeless TDM experience within the haunting world of Bloodhunt. Get ready to carve your name into the annals of glory as you step foot into the library, where epic battles and unforgettable moments await. Note, this location will be available in-game on Monday, the 24th of July. Now, people look at the library. People think of the internal setting of the library, multiple levels, a lot of close quarter matches that can happen there. Melee is going to be inside the structure. Melee is going to be devastating if you manage to reach your foe into melee distance. Shootouts as a final location that happen here, always interesting to see. A lot of cat and mouse things that happen here. However, like it says here, rooftops lining the edges and all of this, and the ground level conceals treacherous barrels. Now you have to think, it's not going to be like just the library, it's going to be the area around it. So you've got an area on the side where usually you see a lot of brush, and where we've got the infamous hatch that is there. And on the other side, the opposite side, the other corner of opposite of the library, is a very barren kind of little plaza there, where there's absolutely nothing for you to hide behind. It is just a bare terrain. It's just you and the walls and your opponent, and you're bouncing and crouching to best of your abilities. Or you can go on the top of the buildings that surround this little square area, and you might be shooting from the one side to the other. I am anxiously waiting to see how this is gonna go and where the fights, because as usual, like during team deathmatch, the fights can happen in many places around the maps. If ever, the players want to move to a different kind of little sector inside of the TDM map, which is like kind of common for all TDM maps. I'm anxious to see exactly like the kind of fights that we're gonna have. Is everyone going to rush inside the library, and that's what it's going to be, a multi-level combat? And people like at the rooftop, there's gonna be like right there, like at the top here, and they're just gonna be like, they're going to be just shooting everyone from below and maybe getting backstabbed or whatever's going to happen. I've got a good feeling about that map. It might be extremely chaotic. Also, it might be just like people might absolutely hate it, but we're not going to see until we're actually fighting in there. Because it's one thing to have it as a final location into the regular Bloodhunt mode, but it's a different thing in TDM where everyone's maxed out. Anyways, we're gonna see what happens with this. Before I continue with this, I want to mention that in the spring update article, I'm just gonna post it here in case you want to see what I'm showing you exactly. Here, where they were announcing time content releases, they said for the coming future that we have 4 new weapons, 6 new TDM maps, and 4 artifacts that will be spread out over the coming months and will become part of the community vote. Now, at this point in time, I feel like it's worth it to take a moment to go, okay, 4 weapons. What does that leave us? 4 weapons, so we got auto shotgun, greatsword, flare gun, grenade launcher. That's gonna be 4 new weapons. 6 TDM maps. Well, we got, since the announcement, we've got the graveyard, rooftop restaurant, red light district, and now the library. So that's 4. So we're gonna have 2 more TDM maps to look forward to. And 4 new artifacts. Well, we've got Hand of Glory, and now the Eye of Thorns. So that means we've got all the new weapons. We're going to be waiting for 2 new TDM maps in the future and 2 new artifacts. And an artifact, I imagine, is going to be pretty much like they did with the other one. It's going to be released over time. Going to let the meta install itself, let people figure out what kind of combos you can make, and then much later in the future, okay, everyone's tested what everyone can do with it, then there's going to be a new artifact that's going to be released. That is what I'm thinking. That is what I'm seeing in terms of like patterns of what's happening. So what they said here, if we're applying this to the situation that we're at right now, this is what we've got. Now, moving on to community events. Here, during the past 2 weekends, we had the 3rd installment of the Community Fundament, which we've talked about last week, as well as the latest Bloodhunt for Charity tournament, which I talked a little bit earlier. Both had amazing participation, filling up all the available slots completely, and the donation goals for the charity collection were met. We are extremely grateful to LauraK and Fahrenheit for planning and making sure that these tournaments take place. The fundaments are created to be competitive and are open for anyone to sign up. That is not necessarily true. They're meant to be partially competitive and partially just fun. They're not supposed to be fully competitive. It's a part of it, which is the kill race, and then there's the other part of it, which is just audience participation. Just participate and submit your scores. So it's not, that statement's not exactly true. Signing up and participating is easy. That is entirely 100% true. When a new tournament is announced, there will be a sign-up form in the community events channel of the official Bloodhunt Discord server. If you're not, again, if you are listening to me and you're not part of the Bloodhunt Discord server, sign up, sign in, pay attention to the community events channel. That is where all the good stuff is happening and will continue to happen in the near future. Fill in the form and follow the instructions on how to participate to get a chance to win. There will likely be a new event in September, so keep your eyes open for the announcement. Now that is for the Fundament. Okay, Fundament in September. Additionally, there have been multiple other opportunities to win in-game vanity, as well as avatars and banners by participating in puzzles and challenges created by Meriden and Khalior. Hey, look at this. However, again, correction, avatars and banners, it's more like avatar and banner by puzzle by Meriden. Avatar, I don't know of any avatars and banners, plural, that we've been given out. I know of a avatar and a banner. Maybe it's Tobias telling me that I'm gonna be giving away an avatar and banner soon. If that's the case, Tobias, call me. I'd like to know if that's the case. Because I'm not aware of that. Anyways, these are great opportunities to win some in-game stuff for those who are up for the challenge. Like I said, my Kindred Challenges, some weeks they're meant to be a little extra hard. Sometimes they're meant to be easy. So last week, the crossbow challenge was meant to be hard. This week, the trios challenge is fairly easy to get completed. Just need to get in there and try to get it. You have a whole week to get those matches in. There is, and here's the thing. Here's the thing that people are excited about, and people that a thing that people should be talking to each other inside of the Bloodhunt community. There's also another competitive trios tournament planned for the very end of August. This one will take place on a private server and will see the return of some special rewards for the winners. We expect to see some legends return to claim the prizes. We are certainly looking forward to that. Competitive trios tournament. People have been asking for this. It's going to be happening at the end of August. There's going to be some special rewards for that. I'll be talking about that in a moment. Keep in here. Keep dialed in. Again, we make sure you don't miss out on any of these opportunities. Make sure to visit our official Bloodhunt Discord server and check out the community events channel, like I just told you. Now, summer vacation. Thank you for reading the second newsletter. The next one is planned for September, as some of us head out for summer vacations, or as Leon has already posted. Vacation. He's on vacation. Lol. So yes, going on vacation. But don't worry, the time content releases and reveals will continue to be shared on our Twitter and our other channels, so do keep an eye out for them there. So even though they're going to be taking vacations, I expect that the team is going to make sure that they rotate vacations. They make sure that there's always someone in the office. There's never not anyone. There's never no one in the office. So there you go. Additionally, and here's another important thing if you're interested in VTM or Bloodhunt, expect to find a few new lore-related videos on our TikTok and Instagram accounts. We received some lore-related questions via the community's own lore master, Meriden, and as promised in a past learnings article, we want to provide some answers that many are curious about. So make sure to follow these channels and keep your eyes peeled. Lore! Lore, lore, lore! Some people have been asking for lore. Some people have been worried because we got a lot of questions about the whole situation of what's been happening in Bloodhunt. I personally would like to know a definitive answer to who was the traitor that created this whole entire situation that we're in. I would like to know this, because that's kind of important, right? This whole thing is because of, like, if you've seen the trailer, like I've shown you this at the beginning of the stream, it was originally supposed to be just a meeting between the Camarilla and the Anarchs to have a convention together and to agree to just, to some terms, to go like, who can we work in peace, because we've got the Second Inquisition, which we have in the city called the Entity. We have the Second Inquisition that we are worrying about. So how about we join forces together momentarily under certain terms and conditions? We join up together and then we fight them. Unfortunately, there was a traitor, either on the Anarchs or the Camarilla, that managed to call in the Second Inquisition, and that's why we've got entity forces inside the city, and that's why they're already prepared the next day with their cannons or the machinery around the city to pull the red gas at us from the outskirts of the region that we're in Prague. There was someone that betrayed us. We don't know we've got some hints of who might be the traitor, but we never found out. And yeah, Gregorin, who becomes the Seneschal? What happens with this? Maybe there's a lore reason why we don't have the representative of the Tremere. What is she doing? Why isn't she in Prague? Or is she in Prague? She's not managed to get it to the Elysium. And I bet there's a bunch of other questions that people have. I know, especially in the World of Darkness Discord, there is a channel specifically for Bloodhunt, and there are a lot of lore. There's a lot of people that are interested specifically in the lore of Bloodhunt that have several questions. And Meriden's already been trying to answer as many questions as he could, but he is not a member of the team that has been writing the story. But we know that the story team had many things already planned. They already had like some things written. They had some things planned for possible new quests inside the game. But unfortunately, all of this has been kiboshed. But still, all the lore material that's been prepared can be used, and we've been waiting. That's what they're talking about. The as promised in the past learnings article, this section is they said we're looking at different ways that we can get the lore to you in a different way. Sometimes, like, we speculated that maybe it could be inside the Bloodhunt server, the Bloodhunt website, where there was already some pieces of lore that were already there. Or maybe there could be other ways, and they're exploring. And right now they're saying there's going to be lore-related videos on TikTok and Instagram. So we're going to see. We're going to keep an eye out. We're going to check out those links here. I suspect it was supposed to be Tremere, given the current clan representation currently in Elysium. Would love this game to be immortalized with a City by Night book. That would be very interesting, Gagoran. I know that there is the board game Rivals, VTM Rivals, where there is one that is specifically happening in Prague, and there are some cards that have been made based on the game. I hope that one day I'll have the funds to go purchase it myself and go peruse it. I know that Meriden already has it and has been sharing a bit of knowledge about this like many months ago. But yeah, I would be interested to see what would happen with that. I would also be interested, as a matter of fact, you know that there's a lot of roleplay and there's tabletop shows about, you know, like we had LA by Night, New York by Night, and all of these things like that have been made professionally. There's people that have been doing their side things. I would love it if they could take this opportunity with Bloodhunt, with the story kind of finished, that they took the very established characters that have in there, put on some actual voice actors and like people that are really good at tabletop RPG, or like the same kind of quality that we have for LA by Night and New York by Night, and did a whole story to kind of resume or explain a little bit what's been happening in Bloodhunt, and also maybe to kind of say like, hey, the game's still up, people. It's still happening. We're not gonna explain everything. We're gonna explain some things. For the rest, gonna have to do the quests in the game and see for yourself. And I don't know, and gonna meet Kirill, and you're gonna meet Custos without his eyebrows. And all that sort of stuff. Anyways, that's just an idea that maybe some people could use in the future. But let's finish this. Furthermore, expect all future Twitch drops starting on Friday, 21st of July, to be available for everyone streaming Bloodhunt until the beginning of September. That's what I mentioned earlier. Until then, we wish you a happy summer, and as always, see you at dusk. Signed, Shark Mob. Hey! Some things to look forward to. Very excited about these additions to the game. Excited about things that are gonna be happening. Again, gonna mention it a little bit later, but I would like to see more community events happen. Right now, we are in a kind of normal summer dry spell, like I said earlier. But in terms of events and community things, I'm a little bit concerned. I'd like to see things happen, but I'll talk about that in a moment. Now, that's enough for this. I want to mention a little update from the Discord. So remember, there was the mention about the competitive trios tournament planned for the end of August, and some special rewards for the winners. Well, in the Inner Circle channel this week, Tobias has shared some potential prizes for the winners. So, this is what he's posted. What do you think about having these masks making a return for the August Trios tournament? And he suggests winner trio. He says winner trio gets all three, the second place gets two of them, third place gets one. Open discussion. It's not set in stone. So he's talking about this. Now let's take a look, a little closer look. This is finally the mask that we've been seeing in the summer update trailer, that we've been seeing in a few other screenshots of official art. This is the mask that we've been wondering. It is, I believe this is clearly an Oni mask. There you go, this one. And we got this one, which is very silvery, very silvery. And we got this one, a purple with a very deep or very deep bright red. Anyways, so 3 awesome, cool reskins versions of the Techno Demon Sakura mask. There you go. So he was showing this as well as, because he was saying like these items making a return, and Nevi was saying making a return, were those available before? He says, well, they're recolors of the Techno Demon Sakura Spirit, so it's not a return. They were never available, those recolors. Still, would be cool to offer these. I'm also looking into some avatars and banners with bronze, gold, silver. I had a little closer look at did I click the wrong thing? Yeah, I totally clicked the wrong thing. So there you go. Here's a close-up of the bronze banner. Silver banner. And the gold banner. So there has been a discussion. Like it said, it was an open discussion. So it's been a discussion that's been going on for a few days in the Inner Circle channel about how we distribute those prizes. There's been a point that's already been agreed that they are going to be distributed by the Shark Mob, the Bloodhunt employees. They're going to add them directly to the account of the winners instead of having a bunch of codes out there flying all over the place. It's Tobias that suggested that these were going to be only for competitive participants, the winners of a competitive event. So there's a certain amount of like exclusivity and rarity added to that. And yeah, so that's why maybe having those codes out there for those those masks out there might not necessarily be a good idea. Although some people have been asking, maybe can we have those available for other people, or we have a bunch of tokens that we're not spending on things in the store because there's some of the things in the store we don't want to get or we're never going to use on our characters. Can you put those in the store? Should we make them exclusive for the event? There is a discussion that's going on. So, you know, also, of those 3 masks that we have there, there's a discussion about, like, which mask is for first place. You know, should we give those masks at random? Should it be the winner's choice to decide, like, in their trios teams, like, which one is going to be the one that they're going to claim, you know? So, like I said, there's a discussion. It's still ongoing. It's not like nothing has been set in stone for any of this, except the part about Shark Bob's going to take care of adding those things directly to people's accounts. There's not going to be any code sharing. That's the only thing that seems to be the most reasonable thing that is not going to be changing or shifting. But in terms of all the other stuff, people are having a discussion. I've invited some people to join in the discussion. They haven't done so, but I've pointed out to them, hey, maybe as competitive people, maybe you want to have, you know, your 2 cents about that. go inside the Inner Circle channel and talk about it. So none of this is guaranteed. None of this is set in stone. Nothing is official until it's been made official. Okay, so this is just discussions. But discussions need to happen now so that the Bloodhunt team can start working on all of this on their end, on what they need to do on their end, in order to have everything ready for the end of August when the competitive trios tournament is going to take place. They have to set up also the private server for it. So that's why they're already thinking like, okay, we need to set this up. Plus, we all need to take our vacations in between. So that's why the discussion's happening now. So if anyone has any opinion about this, I would strongly suggest that you voice your opinion now in the Inner Circle chat. If ever you have any concerns about this, before they eventually start already working on things and there's no more debate that happens. Yeah. So these were the masks and rewards. Boom, boom, boom. A last thing. What are you saying, Grumpy? Hello, Grumpy, by the way. Thank you for the follow. I think a good idea is to give the mask to players that play competition, then the weeks later put the cosmetics on the store, so players that have the mask have a week or two or exclusive. That's a part of the discussion. We're gonna talk about this. Like, that is exactly the part that I was telling you when we were starting the stream, that after I'm done with recording, we can talk about this a little bit more in chat, because I'm still gonna be streaming a little bit. So the last bit that I wanted to mention was that a good friend and mod, Mokrei, put out a helpful little tweet in here for everyone that is interested in the game, who has started the game, or maybe it's a thing that you don't know, because there's a few things in there that people don't necessarily know. Here's a handy dandy infographic that I made for Bloodhunt players to look at for the UI in game, since it doesn't tell you what these things are or do. Let me know if you have any questions. So if you take a look at this, so here's a few things. The red dot that appear on your compass up top are the directions that the Bloodhunt players are in. Most people know this. This is your current gun mode. So for guns like Toggler or Burst Rifle, the symbol changes depending on your current firing mode. If it's going to be like one shot at a time, or if it's going to be, you're going to have the infinite sign that's going to show up there. This is the item wheel icon is going to show up there. In the middle there, not a lot of people like necessarily know this. You just kind of learn as you're playing through it. This is where your passive ability is going to be shown. When it's white, it's not active. When it's red, it is active. Heightened senses, when it's going to be used, is going to be turning red. I mean, you've got other ways of seeing it, but you can also see the cooldown on your heightened senses if you just use it and you want to see it pop up again. Usually there's a number display. But here's the thing that most people do not know, and that Mokrei wanted to put a little focus on, is the armor icon here. The armor icon, when it's white, means you have a backup armor in your inventory. You don't need to open your inventory to see. If you don't have any backup armor, it's going to be gray. It's going to be grayed out. So if ever it's a hassle for you to open your inventory, or you don't want to do it, there you go. So there's some nice tips like that. Mokrei is very good at giving tips for new players, or pointing out things that are already inside the game that if you're playing, you eventually kind of know, but sometimes you've never focused on or you've never known about before. So yeah, the link is there. Share it with your friends. Mokrei is super helpful. And yeah, if ever you got any questions for her about any of these things, she's already done a couple of streams where there were a bunch of new people inside her stream, and she did a whole rundown for quite a while about here's some things, here's some tips and tricks, and she's very helpful, and she's very dedicated in making sure that you understand everything. So there you go. If you are in chat currently right now, there's your opportunity to go follow her. Good friend and good mod. There you go. And that's it. That's it at long last. That's it for the news. So, what is going on? What can we expect now in the near future for Bloodhunt, for at least this week? Well, on the 24th, we've got an automatic update. So, maybe on Sunday evening, that is coming right now, maybe we are going to see some new options pop up on the new voting options for the following week, which is going to be the week of the update. So keep an eye Sunday evening or Monday morning, depending if you're in Europe, it's going to be Monday morning, when we're going to get the voting results and the new votes going to come in. We're going to see exactly what are the new things going to be added, the new TDM map, are the golden dualies, are they going to be in the legendaries, and also will the new artifact be in there, and how is it going to be displayed? Because remember, normally all of those choices that we've got in the voting options are meant to be completely random, except when they've been adding new things, they've been kind of tweaking a little bit the choices. So, for example, when we got the golden auto shotgun was the first place in all of the legendary weapons options. When we got the red light district and the rooftop restaurant that were added as TDM maps, they were by default the choices in the TDM maps that we had this week. Will the new Eye of Thorns be the default option into one of the two slots of every artifact? And then what we're going to see as the other option is we're going to have the choice between the book, the hand, and the boots. And now the community will have to make a choice. Will they choose the eye and the hand, or will they choose the eye and the boots? Or will they completely continue to forget that the book exists? So, that is going to be very interesting to see, because I know so far it's always been hand because it's convenient, it gives an advantage, and the boots because some people are gung-ho about having mobility, as much mobility as possible in the game. But now, if it's as I'm predicting, we're gonna have a difficult choice to make, because I know that people will not, absolutely not let go of the boots. As long as boots are an option, they will 100% choose boots over any other option. It's been really convenient to have boots and hand as one option that's been happening all this time, because the hard choice has been kind of removed because it's always there. You're guaranteed to have at least your boots, guaranteed to have your hand. But now, if doors are split, what's going to happen? That is something that I've been waiting to see, and some other people in the community have also been waiting to see. Which one will you choose? Choose wisely, Bloodhunt community. Choose wisely. These may be your last choice that you will ever make. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so... So we're going to see if that's going to be a part of the voting choices that we're going to have tomorrow evening, or tomorrow next day, early morning, that we're going to see anyways when the voting choices end. Remember, everyone, to go make your choices, to have your choices locked in this weekend. So, you know, everything's going to be counted. Apart from that, you still have the quest event. The Meriden's quest event that is still going on, and like he said, only 6 people managed to get it right. Only 9 people submitted answers. So get your thinking caps on. Don't smooth out your brains too much, and let's go. Let's get some submissions. I am very surprised that people are stuck on some different parts of the quest. That's just myself. But yeah, you've got the opportunity to win a very rare icon and banner, so go do it. The Kindred Challenge, it's trios and it's machine guns. I made it very easy this week, so going into trios, you're gonna have a lot of competitions, and the more people into trios, the less chance you're gonna have to run into those hyper super good people or team up with some of those hyper super good people. Like, let's see if you can get some trios happening. Change it, or if you are one of those super really good people that are good at Bloodhunt and always play trios, how about you ditch your friends and you give a chance to the people who want to give a shot at trios and want to give a shot at those Techno Demon masks. Try it on for size. Let's do a little community thing. Let's do a little streaming community, maybe like challenge of trying to get this done. Who knows? But yeah, in terms of events, that's what we got now. If you feel, I'm gonna take a moment here. If you feel like you want to help with some events or community-based incentives, I'm gonna tell you, join the Sanguine Bloodhunt Society, also known as SBS. I'm gonna post the link here. There you go. I know that right now in the SBS Discord, there are a lot of ideas that are being discussed, some events and little projects that are being built, okay? And right now I've been told that the major holdup on some of those things actually being realized and offered to the community is just that we need people to actually pick up those ideas and run with them. Like, a lot of the thinking has already been done. All you need is just someone that needs some people aren't doing it because it's a question of schedule or they don't have the time to invest. It's really because it's summertime and right now super busy. And also there's some people that are more like ideas people than they are action people. So if you're a person that wants to take in charge a project and you get full credit for doing it, but also for SBS, I'm not sure exactly about that, but I'm just gonna go with it, with what I'm saying right now. If you want to get some of those things happen, there's a lot of ideas that are being thrown in there. As soon as I'm done organizing my own things, I am personally going to jump in there, and if there's some interesting things, I'm gonna claim dibs on those ideas and make them a part of my things I'm gonna be doing on my channel. So, yeah, so if you want to join, the link is there, the Discord is there. Feel free to join and help out because, like I said previously, right now, apart from the quest for Meriden and my weekly Kindred Challenges, we really have nothing planned until the end of August. Officially, if there's anything other that's happening in the community that hasn't reached me, that there's some events and stuff like that, please let me know. I can't be everywhere at all time, and as some people know, and I've mentioned a little bit earlier at the beginning of the stream, I've been extremely busy this week, so there might be some things that might have slipped through my fingers. So if ever you catch up on some things, or if ever one of the devs is inside some people's streams and they're saying a few things, please give me the timestamp or screenshot or any of the kind of stuff. I would be very interested to relay the news to you, because as I've told you before, everything right now is about community. The game is in our hands. Nothing is going to really happen outside of the automatic updates. All of this is going to be driven. This game is entirely driven by the community. So if we don't do anything, the game is going to go nowhere. And what happens when there's no events, there's nothing that you look forward to, then that's when the game slowly plummets and it's about to start dying. We don't want that. So if you're not going to be a part of making those events, at least participate in those events, do something, but still help out, have fun, play the game. Don't burn yourself out on the game. Yeah, there's other games that exist. I'm not saying like go play Bloodhunt 100% of the time and do all of this, but you know, support the streamers, support the events. Yeah, if you really like Bloodhunt, you want Bloodhunt to stay there and still like be there and still be alive, and the server still to be connected, participate, give it a little bit. So that's it for us here. If you are in here or if you are on YouTube, please don't hesitate to give me a follow or a subscribe. The channel is still growing. I appreciate everyone for joining up on my channel. Remember that whenever I stream Bloodhunt, you always get the special drops. I make sure that I do code giveaways. I always give out the Purple Pain Intel outfit for PC players. Yeah, please follow my Twitter. I give a lot of news there. Also, I post a lot of my things on the Discord also sometimes. So, I mean, I don't know what else. I don't necessarily know what else I can do to help out everyone, but please, I appreciate every little bit of support that I can get. We've managed to reach. We are close to reaching 700 followers on this channel. At 750 followers on my Twitch channel, we are going to trigger a new big giveaway that's going to be happening on my stream. Don't know what's going to be happening there as a prize, but I am thinking of, I've got a few things in mind that are extremely rare that I don't think anyone has ever given out on a Bloodhunt stream, that's for sure. That I might be looking into giving out to you. We're gonna see. So anyways, that's it for us here. If you are on Twitch, please stick around. I'm gonna be giving away the Purple Pain combo code, and I'm gonna be talking about a few things, and also Film Edit. I'm gonna respond to you. So, everyone, be kind to each other and to yourself. Thank you for watching, and I'm gonna see you next week.